What? He was... Huh. Hey everyone, I'm going to react to Bleach, 1000-Year Blood War, episode 11, Everything But the Rain. And last episode, Renji and Ichigo, they went to the next stage. They met what the heck was his name? Etsu. And then he threw them into this pit where they had to face these Zanpakutos. Ichigo did not pass the test, so he sent him back, and he's like, he needs to find himself, and he better not show himself back as to society, because he's not a real soul reaper and stuff. So he showed back up in front of the clinic where his father works, I believe. And then you had sorry if I don't feel that well. I just finished watching My Hero, which there was a reveal there, just sort of like destroying my mood. So yeah, Kenpachi basically has unlocked his Zanpakuto. And the old Kenpachi died. Unohana, yeah, she died, trying to get him to go back to who he used to be, the strong self that he used to be. So that happened. And before we get into this episode, if you guys like my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and please consider support my Patreon at patreon.com/feelingmini. And now let's start this episode. And here we go. You know, when it comes to these quizzes, they keep using these German terms, and I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? You know, so after this episode was done, I had to Google a couple of them, like when Ryu kept referring to him and Masaki as act Quincy's, and then he called Katagiri Gemished or something or other like that. So from what my Google search told me, they're basically, him and Masaki are sort of like pure-blooded Quincy's, basically. And then Katagiri is more like a mixed. She's not pure-blooded. That's what I got from it. Like when the X was like real, and then the adjective Gemished was like an adjective, and it meant sort of like mixed. So that's why I'm like, you have the pure-blooded, and then you have sort of like the half-blood, you know. So their lineage is more important than Katagiri's and all of that. So apparently, well, after, let's start from the beginning. After Ichigo, he was home, but he didn't have the courage to go in there. So he went and saw his old boss. His father noticed his presence, so he went, and got him. And then he's like, now he's ready to tell him the story. Excuse me. So that's when they went into his best. He used to be Captain Squad 10's captain. I'm like, oh. And there were these soul rippers that were missing and everything. And noticing how serious the situation was, he left the others and then he went by himself to try to figure this thing out. He went, and then before the hollow showed up, they showed Aizen and Gin and Kaname, I think that's his name. You know, he was during this time, he was already doing his hollow research. So when that hollow showed up, I'm like, oh, it must be one of his research, right? And then the way that hollow looked, it was like when um Ichigo was facing Ukiura and he had all the way hollowed out and all of that, that's what he looked like. So that hollow and Ichigo's father, what was his name again? Shiba. They were facing each other, right? And you see Masaki, she felt what was happening. So she decided to go help. And as she was going to go help, you see Ryu there telling him that she should not go out there, and she already knows how things are supposed to work. That when stuff are happening like that, like when there's fight going on like that with Soul Reapers and Hollows, they should just wait until the Soul Reaper is dead before they go out there and kill the Hollow. And even if they want to go out and kill the Hollow, it should not be their pure blooded selves. It should be the half blooded selves like Katagiri and all of that. But Masaki was like, I can just let these people die, and because my future self will not be happy with my present self and all of that. So she went out there, and Ryu did not want to let her go by herself, So he told Katagiri to come with him. So you have Shiba facing this hollow, and then Aizen showed up behind and just like sliced them and all of that. And Shiba was still fighting strong. He was having trouble. That's when Masaki came and then started using her Quincy powers and everything. But what's it called? The hollow she was basically missing. So she just let her bow and arrow go out and whatnot, just waited for the hollow to come sort of like in close contact, and then she like killed the hollow, but not before the hollow bit into her and basically released some kind of power into her, because after that battle you have Kanami that was getting upset because the hollow had already went past this phase, and then he basically said that he chose a Quincy to release his powers to and something or other like that, and he was being upset about it. But then Aizen was over there, this is interesting or whatever. I'm like, boy, go away. So that's where that hollow powers clearly Ichigo got his hollow powers from. Also in the episode, it seems like, okay, you have Masaki, last name Kurosaki. I wonder why he did not have his father's last name but his mother's last name, Kurosaki, But they're saying that Masaki doesn't have any family. She's basically like the last of her lineage. And they basically, based on what Ryu's mom was saying, or based on what Ryu was saying, they brought her into the home so that she can marry Ryu and they can produce children. That will be part of both lineages and stuff like that. That's what they brought her in there. But clearly she's gonna be marrying Shiba, right? Ichigo's father. Is it? How about to say, is he really Ichigo's father? Well, he has Soul Reaper powers, so he should be. Either way. Yeah, so clearly that marriage is not gonna arrive to nowhere. And that's why when Ryu called Katagiri and she's like, yes, master, or young master, or whatever, Bochin, however they were saying it, you can tell that she likes Ryu. So that's why I'm like, okay, maybe that's who's gonna be Ishida's mom, So that happened. at the end there, after there was the after credit where you see Ishida there, and then you see one of the the Quincy King's one, the guard that was there by his side after he killed Genryusai and Wana. I think he's the one that broke Zangetsu. He showed up right next to Ishida. What does he want with Ishida? I wonder whose lineage the Quincy King, like who is his descendant basically? Is it Ichigo or is it Ryu? Like Ishida's bloodline. Is Ishida part of the Quincy King's bloodline? Or is Kurosaki part of the Quincy King bloodline? That's what I'm wondering. You know. Was there anything else this episode? OS was saying that he knew the location of all the Zanpakutos was interesting and all that. Apart from that, there's nothing else that happened this episode. I guess we're going to continue with the backstory of Ichigo's parents next episode. So thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and please consider support on Patreon at patreon.com/feelingme. If you want to see my reaction to the next episode, it's already uploaded there. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Oh yeah, let me Google Seiren as well, because I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Seiren. Quincy training is referred to as Seiren. Oh, okay. Seiren, Quincy training. You know, when they use those terms like this, it's hard to keep up with what they are talking about. Unless you know what the terms mean, you're not gonna know what they're talking about. So when Saki was at the dinner table with the mom or with the aunt, and he was like, how's school going? And then she was like, and what about Seiren? And she says it's going so. I'm like, what the heck is Seiren? So apparently that's a Quincy training. Okay. Alright. Bye. Desilusión sentí por ti, en un segundo te perdí, que nunca más podré mirarte sin temor.